Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to look at example 1.3. So let's read the question first. Sketch the graph of the function f defined by fx equals to x minus 1 times x plus 2, hence determine its domain and range. So this question consists of two parts. Let's solve part 1 first. So we are given a quadratic equation, and now we need to multiply these two brackets with each other, and then we get x squared plus 2x minus x minus 2. And so we got a quadratic equation x squared plus x minus 2 because the largest power here is 2. So this is a quadratic function. And the general equation is ax squared plus bx plus c. By comparing these two equations, we can know that a equals to 1. B equals to 1. C equals to negative 2. And we have to sketch the graph. So we have two types of quadratic graph. We have a minimum graph and a maximum graph. So look at it A. If our A is positive, then we will have to sketch a minimum graph. So before sketching, we need to know what kind of information we need. So we need two x-intercepts, a y-intercept, and a minimum point. Okay, so to find the information we need to use the equation given. So to find x-intercept, let y equals to 0. It means that let fx equals to 0 because y is the same as fx. So rewrite the equation here. And let fx equals to 0. And then use your calculator and you will get bracket x minus 1 bracket x plus 2. This is actually given by the question. So x minus 1 equals to 0, x plus 2 equals to 0. So x-intercept equals to 1 and negative 2. To find y-intercept, let x equals to 0. Rewrite the equation again. And we got that y-intercept equals to negative 2. The last information we need to find is the minimum point. So to find minimum point, use completing the square. Okay, so the first term and second term, you can bring them down. So for the third term, let 1 over 2 multiply with b. Our b is 1. So let 1 over 2 multiply with 1. And then square the whole term. And the next term, let 1 over 2 multiply with 1, square the whole term, and then minus 2. So 1 over 2 times 1, you get 1 over 2, bracket square. Let's look at the first three terms. We need to eliminate the middle term. So we are left with x squared and 1 over 2 squared. Put them in the same bracket. One over 2 square, you get 1 over 4 minus 2. Okay, so from here, we can obtain our minimum point. So to find x coordinate, let x plus 1 over 2 equals to 0. X equals to negative 1 over 2. Y coordinate equals to negative 9 over 4. So our minimum point is negative 1 over 2, negative 9 over 4. Alright, so now we have got all the information needed to sketch the graph. As I mentioned just now, we need to sketch a minimum graph because our A is positive. So you sketch the graph first. And then we label the x-intercepts. So draw a x-axis over the graph and then label x-intercepts. And then we label the minimum point. So the x-coordinate is negative 1 over 2. And let's say here is 0. So the y-axis should be here. And the y-coordinate of minimum point is negative 9 over 4. And can you see the graph cut through the y-axis? This point is the y-intercept, negative 2. So we have done sketching. Let's check. So write the equation here. And then let's check if the graph is sketched correctly. So we have minimum point and the y-intercept is -2, and we have already labeled the x-intercepts. So the graph is correctly sketched. Here's our class today. Hope to see you in the next video. Don't hesitate to comment below if you have any question. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.